Section 1.7, Understanding Interval Notation. I'm looking in your textbook. You can find this online, and it's on page 72. That's where we'll be beginning. On the bottom of page 72, they begin discussing interval notation. Interval notation is used for denoting an entire region of numbers from one endpoint to another. In this particular first example, we're doing the interval from A to B, and that might be a number 1 to 5 or -3 to 7, something like that. This is just A to B for any interval. And it does not include the endpoint. Notice X does not equal B and X does not equal A. So it's an open interval is what we call that type. If it includes the endpoint, here the X value is all the values between A and B, and X could equal A and X could equal B. That's called a closed interval. Notice that we denote that with square brackets, and on the number line we put square braces at the endpoints, and that includes that point B and the point A. Okay, now let's look at page 73. This chart continues on explaining different types of interval notation. First, they cover the half-open interval. Notice here, what's a little confusing is that one side of this is closed. It actually equals A, but then it goes on out to infinity. We don't call it closed unless it includes the endpoint, and this doesn't include the endpoint, so it's open. Okay? Look at this next example, which is an open interval, and it has open on one end, and it goes on indefinitely, so it's actually open on both ends. And then finally we have a half-open interval that is closed on one end. It goes on indefinitely. Let's look for a second here at this notation for this first interval from A to infinity. Notice it starts at A and it goes on indefinitely to the right. It goes on out to infinity, and we put an open curve on that. So this column tells you the interval notation. This column is the algebraic notation, and the final column is the graph on the number line.